I get calls from people all over the country asking about moving to Deland, Florida. They usually want to know what Deland has to offer, but sometimes they want to know what's not so good about Deland, Florida. So today I'm going to be addressing some of the pros, and then I'll be addressing some of the cons of moving to the Deland, Florida area from a local's perspective. Then at the end, I'm going to be addressing one kind of sticky issue that almost everyone always asks me about. So let's jump right into why someone would want to move to Deland, Florida. Now, the weather is usually the reason that most people move to Florida. They're just kind of over all that shoveling or driving in the snow mess. The winter months are the best time here in the Deland area when the high temperatures reach the low to mid 70s and the lows are in the 40s. Deland is a large, small town, or maybe it's a small, large town. I'm not really sure, but what it's not is a large town. Deland surely has a small town feel to it. The people are friendly, mostly blue-collar folks. Not much pretentiousness going on here in Deland. There are quite a few retirees, but there's surely a well-diversified group of people here in Deland. Being the county seat for Volusia County, Deland's downtown has all sorts of events throughout the year. The Artisan Alley Farmers Market on Friday nights is a great little event, but they've got bigger events like the Deland Art Festival, music festivals, and all sorts of great things to do here. Deland's location is just 30 minutes or so from New Smyrna and Daytona Beach is a huge reason why so many move to Deland. We're just 45 minutes north of Orlando, where there's all sorts of jobs and everything else that a large town offers. Disney, Epcot, Islands of Adventure, SeaWorld, water parks, and I can go on and on, but they're all less than about an hour away. St. Augustine, America's oldest city and a great day trip, is about an hour and 15 minutes away, and Deland is about an hour and 45 minutes from Jacksonville. Downtown Sanford, which I've got some other videos on, is about a 30-minute ride. Before I get to a historic pro that could be debatable these days, if you're finding value here, then hit the like and subscribe buttons as a show of support for this local channel. If you'd like more content like this, then hit that little notification bell and you'll be notified whenever I post other videos just like this. Traffic isn't really much of a thing here in Deland, although it has gotten worse in recent years. I'll include a link to another video that I did on Deland's traffic at the end of this video. There's like one traffic light in Deland that you might have to sit through twice, and that's usually on Thursday or Friday afternoons during the rush hour traffic. But as a whole, it's quiet here. Deland is kind of the anti-New York City or any other big city for that matter. The cost of living here in the Deland area is generally lower than the surrounding wider areas. Home prices here in Deland, Orange City, Debary, and Deltona, which are neighboring cities, are lower than those over at the beaches or down closer to Orlando. You're generally going to get more bang for your buck here than you will anywhere else in Central Florida. There's really not much to the north of Deland for miles and miles, aside from maybe DeLeon Springs, the Ocala National Forest, and country roads, and it's a 30-minute ride out west before you get to Eustis or Mount Dora, which are similar in nature to Deland. The state of Florida has no state income tax, and the state of the whole is right around the national average for the cost of living. Our taxes in Volusia County are relatively high in comparison to other Florida counties, but as a whole, it's pretty inexpensive here in the Deland area. To sum all this up, Deland offers a great location in the middle of so much with a small town feel and affordable living. I absolutely love Deland, and I don't know why anyone wouldn't love it. However, I've been working as a local realtor in the Deland area for over a decade now, and I've lived here in the area for over 25 years, so I do know that Deland is not all rainbows and unicorns. I spoke of the great winter weather as a pro of Deland earlier here, and that still stands, but the weather in the summer is a definite con in my mind. In the middle of the summer, high temperatures stay in the mid-90s and the humidity is oppressive. Yes, you can hide from the heat in the air conditioning in your swimming pool or over at the beaches, but don't think the weather here is perfect year-round. Hurricanes are a real thing here too. Although Deland is inland enough that the punch of that hurricane is often diminished, don't think that hurricanes don't come here. Several years back, the power at my house was out for over a week, and we had trees down all over the place. No, it doesn't happen every year, but it does happen. I received a call just the other day from a couple that lived in Anaheim, California. They lived right in town next to Disney World and Anaheim Stadium, and I was sort of intimidated because Deland just can't compete with all that. Now, it ended up that all that hustle and bustle is exactly what they were trying to get away from when considering Deland, but that's just not the case for everyone. Before I get to the last couple of cons and the one issue that everyone asks about, if you've got real estate needs anywhere here in Central Florida, either leave a comment down below or just pick up the phone and give me a call. If you're looking for nightlife, then Deland is likely not for you. Yes, Deland has a wonderful downtown district, and there is some nightlife, as Deland is the home of Stetson University, and they've got the Athens Theater. But if you're coming from a big city, be aware that you may not find that type of activity here. It's not just nightlife either. I recently had a medical procedure for which I had to go all the way down to Orlando for. I ended up sitting in the I-4 traffic, which is like a parking lot, for about 30 minutes. It's not that Deland doesn't have numerous medical providers, but occasionally we still have to go down to Orlando. I said earlier that Deland is just 45 minutes per Orlando, but that's if you don't get stuck in that traffic jam on I-4. Deland has some great restaurants, and we eat here often, but Deland does not compare to that of Orlando or another major city. If my wife and I are thinking of eating out, we're often considering Sanford, heading down to Orlando, or heading over to New Smyrna Beach. Downtown does offer quite a bit of cultural activities, but it's still not what you're going to get in a big city. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Deland, but Deland offers zero hills, beaches, or the beautiful forests or scenery that you may have elsewhere. The St. Johns River is beautiful, but there isn't much beyond that. Deland has a beautiful historic district, and its downtown is usually clean and well kept, but it isn't that you're going to Deland for aesthetics. For that, you're going to need to head over to the beaches. Is it better than Orange City, Deltona, and Debary? Yes, it is, but it's surely not a destination for aesthetics. Crime is an issue that just about everyone asks me about because I believe that crime is, well, it's everywhere. According to crimegrade.org, Volusia County is in the 82nd percentile for safety, meaning that just 18% of the United States counties are safer and 82% of the counties are more dangerous. Is that perfect? Heck no, it's not perfect. But is it better than the average according to this website? You bet it is. What do you think? Locals, what have I missed here? What are some other pros and cons of Deland, Florida? Put your comments down below so that we can all benefit from your local perspective. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.